are we as Christians able to provoke the Jewish people to jealousy? I told you, be authentic. Be what you are. Don't try to play anything. Being here in Israel and having observed also as a journalist, all kind of Christians come here. Normal Christians, I myself am a Christian. And then I was here even when two popes, one after the other, came. I realized one thing, because in a way, as a journalist, you're standing outside, and then I hear Jewish people talk about it. I even understand them if they don't think that I understand them. I realized that we Christians are masters at sweeping guilt under the rug. What do I mean with it? If charismatic Christians come and we talk about Christian guilt towards the Jewish people, all the persecutions and all the terrible things that happened up to the Holocaust, we talk in a way, if we are charismatics, as if the anti-Semites were not baptized in the Spirit the proper way. Or if we are evangelicals, the anti-Semites were not really born again. And then if people come from free churches, that's what we call in Germany the non-Lutheran or non-Catholic denominations, then the anti-Semites certainly are from the mainstream. They're like Martin Luther. And if you're Protestant, if you're a Lutheran, then the Jew haters were Catholics. So I experienced that when John Paul II, the Pope, who was a real nice Pope, actually it was very moving when he was in Yad Vashem, the Holocaust memorial, that there was an old lady who came up and actually embraced, and we realized that it was this lady who was then a little girl, and a young priest saved her. It was later Pope John Paul II. So it was a very moving situation. But if I look at it from the perspective as a Christian, dealing with guilt, with what happened in Christian history, John Paul II was not able to apologize for the guilt of the church, because the church is the bride of Christ, unblemished, pure, preparing for her bridegroom. So he only apologized for the black sheep within the church. You realize what's going on? Nobody is coming and saying, it's me. It's my guilt. And I had that experience that my rabbi we were sitting late at night, and suddenly it came out, it broke out of him that he, in a way, confessed to me that a rabbi in the 18th century, a very famous rabbi, equaled Germany with Amalek. Amalek is in the Bible the nation that dedicated her whole existence to exterminating the Jewish people. So if they talk today about Amalek, they mean it's not only Germany and the Holocaust. It's much worse. And the Lord himself says that the name of Amalek has to be blotted out from under the heaven. So this rabbi, it was a shock situation. Late at night, he was sitting there and he explained to me that the Gaon from Vilna had once said that Germany is Amalek. And then he looks at me and sees that I am German and said, oh no, but you're one of us. Or I remember how a teacher of my oldest son phoned me. He was then in grade 1 or 2, and she phoned me the day before the Holocaust Remembrance Day and says, Johannes, what am I going to do? I have to tell my disciples tomorrow that what the Germans did to us. And we have this nice young German, blue-eyed, blonde, sitting there among us, being proud of being a Jerusalemite German, of speaking Hebrew without accent. And what do I tell them? And this lady, she was really concerned. And I said, just tell him he will have to learn it. By the way, we talked about it at home. How are we coming with 2,000 years of German guilt and confront the Jewish people? Let's be authentic, let's be real and say yes. I'm remembered of the prayer Daniel the prophet prayed in Daniel 9, where he fully identified with the guilt of his people. And I think we need people, also Christians, or especially Christians, who come and tell the Jewish people, yes, it is our guilt. It's my responsibility. I did not do it myself, but I'm part of that group. And I remember this school teacher of my son, when she said, now how do you manage to live as a German and as a Christian in this country? And I said to her, I don't manage. But I was forced by her to tell her about this rabbi 2,000 years ago. And he actually managed my guilt. And he managed the guilt of the church. And he was the one who took it. And you know, I think there is a way to make the Jewish people envious if we live it, not just say it, not just theologically ponder it, but if we live it, that our guilt has been borne by the Lamb of God.